Hello and welcome to this tutorial for ReaHaptic. ReaHaptic is a package for Reaper that allows the creation and editing and testing of haptic files all inside Reaper. It also comes with a mobile testing app that allows the immediate testing of your haptics on your target device. So I'll explain to you how to install and how to use ReaHaptic. There's a few requirements. ReaHaptic is a RIA pack, so we will need to install that to import the package. We'll need Python, and we'll need ROM GUI. To install RiaPack, you just need to go to the user guide here and follow these 3 steps. And then if you restart Reaper, you should see here in extensions a RiaPack section. Okay. Next for Python, let's see inside Reaper. We can check if we have it already installed. I go to ReaScript and make sure to enable this. And if it doesn't say Python is installed, download it, install it, and then make sure to put the correct path and the DLL you want to use. And then it should say Python is installed. Okay. Next, ROM GUI. Let's go back to Reaper. ROM GUI is included by default in RIA team extensions, which should be here by default, but it's not installed. So we still have to actually install it. So we can click here and then install individual packages. And then here is ROM GUI. Double click. Oh, not double click, just right click, and you can install. I already have it installed, so that should be it for the requirements. Now we can actually install ReaHaptic. So let's copy this link and go to Reaper, ReaPack, manage repositories. Let me just uninstall my ReaHaptic so I can show you. Import repositories, paste the link. You should see ReaHaptic scripts here. Double click it and then install all packages in this repository. Yes. And it should install, and you should see 15 installed, 0 errors. Okay, we've got ReaHaptic installed into our Reaper. Now I'll show you how to import a toolbar that will make using ReaHaptic a lot easier. So I recommend switching to a different toolbar to make sure you don't override your current one. And then customize toolbar and click on import export. Normally you will go to this folder by default. So just go one folder back, go to data, menu sets, and here you should find your imported file. And click apply, and that's it. So now let's start using ReaHaptic. The first thing we want to do is create our haptic tracks, which you click this button and you get 3 tracks, amplitude, frequency, and emphasis track. Okay, let's immediately create a haptic file. So let's create an empty haptic with this action. I'll leave the name on default, and here is our first haptic file. To edit our haptic file, we can add points to the amplitude and frequency envelope inside the item. So I can do shoop, and I can do something similar here. Okay. This should already work. This is a haptic file. But we can also add emphasis points. So the emphasis track works a bit differently. On the emphasis track, we add small bursts of haptics. And we don't use curves like this. We use automation items. So you can do insert emphasis action, and you'll get an automation item. To change the strength of this burst, you can change the height, and you can also change the frequency by editing the embedded tension of this point. Yeah, and that's it. And that's how you edit haptics with ReaHaptic. Let's look at some of the other features, like we can rename them. Let's call it hap test. Click apply, and you can see the name change. We have the delete haptic, which does that. And then now let's look at importing and exporting haptics. Let's first go to the settings, and you can see we have a import export section. Import offset is just the amount of space between each haptic file when you import multiple at once, and the export path and the export file type. Currently we support .haptic and .haps. Now let's import a haptic file or haptic files. I already have downloaded the example haptics that come in the GitHub. So you can do the same and import just some haptics and see what happens. So yeah, these are the haptic files we imported, and so yeah, that's importing. Now let's look at exporting. Let's export our newly created haptic. Just click export, and here you can select the type that you want to export as and the path. You can also export multiple at once. Yeah. You see here the path we exported to. Let's see. And here's our haptic that we just exported. You can, haptic files are actually just text files, so you can open them in a text editor and you can see all the points that we added. Yep. Okay. Now let's look at one of the most important features of ReaHaptic, which is being able to test our haptics immediately. For that, we will need the haptic tester app on our phone. For Android, this is pretty easy. You can just download the APK from the GitHub and install it, and it should work. But for iOS, it's a bit more complicated. You will have to build the app yourself with Xcode on your Mac, and build it on your iPhone. You can get the Unity project here, clone it on your Mac, and build it. Yeah, follow these instructions. Okay, I have an Android phone here, so I already have the app installed. So when you open the haptics receiver app, it should look like this. We need to make sure we're on the same network, and in the ReaHaptic settings, you can see the OSC settings section where you can see an IP and a port. The port you can ignore, but the IP has to be the same as your phone IP. So if you go to the settings in the ReaHaptic receiver app, you should see an IP. Sometimes, however, this one is not correct, and you should find your Wi-Fi IP of your phone. So yeah, I've already got my IP in the settings here, so I should be able to connect. So if I select the haptic file and click the instant sender, it sends me that it sent me to my IP address, and I can see on my phone at the bottom that I received the haptic file. So then I can press pre-received haptic, and then it plays on my phone, which is very easy. There's another way to test haptics with the haptics receiver app, which is the continuous sender. If you enable this, and on the app you select listen to Reaper, and then if you click play, you should turn green, and you should feel all the haptics that come across. And now there's one, now there's another one. Yeah. Yeah, and that's basically it. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and I hope you'll find ReaHaptic useful. Thank you for listening.